Today I'm here to tell you about the benefits of sink urination. Okay, seriously, quit scowling at me. Don't look at me like I'm disgusting. I know what you do in there. Now you may ask yourself, why would I use a sink when I have two perfectly good bathrooms in the house? Well, I'll tell you why. Sure, those work and they are the go-to for urination. But I have an open mind. I don't want to be bound by social constructs. And a lot of you have already ventured outside the porcelain ring, maybe in the shower, maybe outside after a long night of drinking or just to keep the dog company. Alcohol is magic. It takes this princess in her $500 dress, and after a few White Claws, she's squatting in the alley to piss like a homeless prostitute gumming some dude for room in his cardboard box behind the Piggly Wiggly. The sink just has so many advantages. I'm sure you're asking yourself, is sink urination right for me? Unfortunately, it's not for everybody. I am sorry, ladies, but from what little I understand about how your bodies work, you're probably not going to be doing sink urination unless you've got a stepladder or you're a Jedi. Don't accuse me of being sexist. Accuse the laws of physics. It's really just not intended for people who have to sit to pee. Females, some injured folks, soy boys. Now, Patches O'Houlihan said that urine is sterile and he liked the taste. I still can afford tap water, so I'm not quite there yet on the economic scale, but it does make me feel better about putting it in my sink. The fact that I urinate in the sink keeps my house cleaner. How, you might ask? Well, because I no longer keep dirty dishes piled up in the sink or clean ones in the rack. I don't want the urine to splatter on my dishes. I'm not a caveman. There are career advantages to this. Especially under COVID house constraints, I'm working right here on the couch most of the time, which means I'm often in meetings right here on the computer. If I need to urinate, I can just walk over here to the sink, do what I need to do, and I can still hear my meeting going from the living room. If I do have to haul the computer with me, say because I need to maybe turn it off mute to respond, sinks provide a much more discreet method of urinating during a meeting. The reason for this is that the urine has less far to travel, so it doesn't build as much velocity from the muzzle velocity to the point of impact as it would in a toilet. Plus, here it's just hitting a smooth metal surface, not a big loud pool of water. Allow me to demonstrate. First the toilet. Yeah, I'll do those TPS reports right away. And now the sink. I've got a meeting with the Bobs pretty soon. Hot career tip, avoid broadcasting your joystick to coworkers over a video call. It'll probably not just be a CLM, career limiting move, it'll probably be a CEM, career ending move. So make sure the camera's off, rotate it away from you, do what you need to do to make sure you never have more than two eyes looking at your coworkers over the camera. If you do slip up, you might as well ask your coworkers if they want fries with it, because you might as well get in practice. From where I sit here on my couch where I do my day-to-day work, if I wanted to go back to the master bathroom, it takes me 20 steps to the toilet, 7 steps from the toilet to the sink, and 23 steps back to the couch, which is a total of 50 steps. Now, even if I go to the closer front bathroom, it's going to take me a total of 38 steps. If I just wanted to come to the sink, however, it's only 12 steps here. I don't have to move at all to wash my hands, and then it's 12 steps back for a total of 24. That saves 14 steps per piss break. Now, 14 steps may not sound like much to you, but if you figure 14 steps makes 14 seconds, you've got an average of around 10 piss breaks a day. That makes 140 seconds a day, and that means 14.2 hours I get back in a year, just by doing nothing more than pissing in the sink. The sink also provides a convenient barrier. Let's say you've got a crusty that's causing a little bit of a splatter pattern issue. That sink will provide a nice barrier. So you end up looking like this instead of this. Now at 6'1", I'm at the perfect height to be able to urinate in this sink. But if I want to minimize how much it looks like I'm riding an ostrich, I can also use this period, lose the shoes, and do a little bit of calf raises. It's just basic bro science. And sink urination is a great way to help our environment. My toilet uses 1.6 gallons of water every time I flush the toilet. But if we do this quick little experiment in the sink, and I spray about how much water I would use to rinse the piss down in the sink, it's only 3 cups. which is roughly 1/5 of a gallon. Now, if I save 1.4 gallons of water every time I urinate in the sink, based on 10 piss breaks a day, 365 days in a year, that makes over 5,000 gallons of water that I've saved for Mother Earth. Now that's something we can all get excited about, even the hippies. And from a financial impact, it also saves me $7.67 based on average water rates. I'm also just using water, not harmful cleaners, so I'm also helping the environment that way. In fact, it kind of works itself out. My dish soap dispenser leaks down the side of the sink, and if I direct my stream into it, it kind of takes care of itself. Makes a little suds, washes itself down. It's great. Everything kind of works out. You may ask yourself, will this sink also work for vomit like a toilet? And that would be an enthusiastic yes, it absolutely will. In fact, let's say you have a little bit too much ham for a family dinner and you wash it down with a 5th of night train, your vomit's going to be a little chunky. Ask me how I know. But you've got a garbage disposal right here that'll take those chunks and make a nice liquid waste that'll go right down your drain. It's a win-win. But that's also why you want to make sure you aim your vomit stream in the disposal side, not the other side. Now what about crack and stick? Again, absolutely it works for that. In fact, if you leave a little bit of residue that you forget to wash down on the side of the sink, you can actually use that later to put a better edge on your kitchen knives. I'm confident that those of you able to participate in sink urination are now convinced of all the benefits, from financial to career to efficiency to the environment, and we'll start doing this soon. So if you're on a call with coworkers or friends and it sounds like they've got the waterfall CD on in the background, don't judge. We're doing it for the right reasons. And before you know it, you're gonna have extra time to update your Instagram profile and get those protein sponsorships. You'll be buying a sports car, all while saving the earth and turning those calves into cattle. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on other great ideas I have, like toilet seat serving tray. This is where the last girl damaged enough to date you sat, so make that ass last. You have no idea how long you're gonna play sex camel before you get to the next oasis of low esteem. Whores deodors indeed. Subscribe to my YouTube channel below and let's celebrate turning fuel and air into adrenaline.